Hello students, I am Dr. Prakash. I welcome you all for the online session on e-business subject of 6th semester BBA. In this session, I will be discussing about the introduction to security for e-business. The cyber attackers are day by day changing the attacking techniques and gaining access of an organization system. There are different types of security threats to organizations which can affect business continuity of an organization. So, there is no way to be completely sure that an organization is free from cyber security threats or attacks. Now let's move on to the types of security threats. So in this session, we'll discuss our different types of security threats to an organization, which are as follows. The first one is computer viruses. A virus is a software program that can spread from one computer to another computer or one network to another network without the user's knowledge and performs malicious attacks. It has the capability to corrupt or damage organizations' sensitive data and destroy files and format hard drives. There are different types that a virus can be spread or attacked, such as clicking on an executable file, installing free software and apps, visiting an infected and unsecured website, clicking on advertisement, using of infected removable storage devices such as USB drives, opening spam email or clicking on URL links, downloading free games, toolbars, media players and other software. So most of us will do this while operating on the computer system, and this will destroy the entire organization system. The second one is Trojan horse. A Trojan horse is a malicious code or program that's developed by hackers to disguise as legitimate software to gain access to organization systems. It has designed to delete, modify, damage, block, or some other harmful action on your data or network. Now let us see how does Trojan horse attack. The victim receives an email with an attachment file which is looking as an original official email. The attachment file can contain malicious code that is executed as soon as the victim clicks on an attachment file. In that case, the victim does not suspect or understand that the attachment is actually a Trojan horse. And the third one is adware. So adware is a software program that contains commercial and marketing related advertisements such as display advertisements through pop-up windows or bars, banner ads, video on your computer screen. Its main purpose is to generate revenue for its developer, that is adware, by serving different types of advertisements to an internet user. Now let us see how does an adware attack. So when you click on the type of advertisements, then it directs you to an advertising website and collects information from you. It can be also used to steal all your sensitive information and login credentials by monitoring your online activities and selling that information to the third party. The fourth one is spyware. A spyware is a unwanted type of security threat to organizations which installed in user's computer and collects sensitive information such as personal or organization's business information, login credentials and credit card details without user's knowledge. This type of threats monitors your internet activity, tracking your login credentials and spying on your sensitive information. So every organization or individual should take an action to prevent from spyware by using antivirus, firewall, and download software from only trusted sources. Now let us see how does a spyware installs. It can be automatically installs itself on your computer or hidden component of software package, or can be installed as traditional malware such as deceptive ads, email, and instant messages. The fifth one is worm. A computer worm is a type of malicious software or program that spreads within its connected network and copies itself from one computer to another computer of an organization. It can spread without any human assistance and exploit the security holes of the software and trying to access in order to stealing sensitive information, corrupting files, and installing a backdoor for remote access to the system. The sixth one is denial of service attacks. It's called DOS attacks. So denial of service is an attack that shuts down a machine or network or making it inaccessible to the users. It typically flooding a targeting system with requests until normal traffic is unable to be processed, resulting in denial of service to users. Now let us see how does it attacks. It occurs when an attacker prevents legitimate users from accessing specific computer systems, devices, or other sources. The attacker sends too much traffic to the target server, overloading it with traffic, and the server is overwhelmed, which causes to down websites, email servers, and other services which connects to the internet. The seventh one is phishing. So phishing is a type of social engineering attack that attempt to gain confidential information such as username, passwords, credit card information, login credentials, and so more. Now let us see how does phishing attacks. In a phishing email attack, an attacker sends phishing emails to victim's email that looks like it came from your bank and they are asked to provide your personal information. The message contains a link which redirects you to another vulnerable website to steal your information. So, it is better to avoid or don't click or don't open such type of email and don't provide your sensitive information. The eighth one is SQL injection. So it's a type of an injection attack and one of the most common web hacking techniques that allows attackers to control the back end database to change or delete data. Now let's see how does SQL injection attack. So it is an application security weakness and when an application fails to properly sanitize the SQL statements, then attacker can include their own malicious SQL commands to access the organization database. Attacker includes the malicious code in SQL statements via web page input. The ninth one is rootkit. Rootkit is a malicious program that installs and executes malicious code on a system without user consent in order to gain administrative level access to a computer or network system. There are different types of rootkit viruses such as bootkits, firmware rootkits, kernel level rootkits, and application rootkits. Now let us see how does rootkit install. It can be infected in a computer either by sharing infected disks or drives. It is typically installed through a stolen password or installed through by exploiting system vulnerabilities, social engineering tactics, and phishing techniques without the victim's knowledge. The tenth one is malware. Malware is a software that typically consists of program or code which is developed by cyber attackers. It is a type of cybersecurity threat to organizations which are designed to extensive damage to systems or to gain unauthorized access to a computer. Now let us see how does malware attacks. There are different ways that a malware can infect a device such as it can be delivered in the form of a link or file over email and it requires the users to click on that link or open the file to execute the malware. This type of attack includes computer viruses, worms, Trojan horses and spyware. The 11th one is ransomware. So ransomware is a type of security threat that blocks to access computer system and demands for Bitcoin in order to access the system. The most dangerous ransomware attacks are WannaCry, Petya, Cerber, Locky, and CryptoLocker, etc. Now let us see how does ransomware install. All types of threats typically installed in a computer system through the following ways. When download and open a malicious email attachment, when you install an infected software or application, when a user visits a malicious or vulnerable websites, and when one clicks on untrusted web link or images. The 12th one is a data breach. A data breach is a security threat that exposes confidential or protected information and the information is accessed from a system without authorization of the system's owner. The information may involve sensitive, proprietary, or confidential such as credit card numbers, customer data, trade secrets, etc. The 13th one is zero-day attack. So zero-day attack is the application-based cybersecurity threats which is unknown security vulnerability in a computer software or application. When an organization is going to launch an application, they don't want what types of vulnerability is there. Now let us see how does zero-day attacks. When the patch has not been released or software developer were unaware of or did not have sufficient time to fix the vulnerability of the application. If the vulnerability is not solved by the developer, then it can affect on computer programs, data or networks. The 14th one is careless employees of the organization. Employees are the greatest security risk for any organization because they know everything of the organization such as where the sensitive information is stored, and how to access it. In addition to malicious attacks, careless employees are other types of cybersecurity threats to an organization. Now let us see how does they attack. They use very simple password to remember their mind and also share passwords. Another common problem is that employees opening suspicious email attachments, clicking on the link or visit malicious websites which can introduce malware into the system. So with this, I will conclude this presentation on the different types of threats.